So, I am starting the ketogenic diet today. Let's see how it goes. Supposedly, there's so many things it helps. There's chronic migraine people who have done it, and it helps their migraine. So, I'm trying it out. My breakfast is 4 pieces of bacon and 2 scrambled eggs. I'll talk more about what it is later, because right now, I'm gonna eat. Okay, thanks, bye. Hello. How are you? I am sitting in my bedroom, in front of the window, nice light, and my cat's trying to attack something on the window and there's nothing there. My other cat's sitting on the floor like, what are you doing? So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the ketogenic diet and why I'm doing it. So it's a very low carb, high fat diet. It's not quite the same as Atkins. Your ratio of those macros, there's a little bit of variance based on who you talk to, but something around 5% carbohydrates, 15% protein, and 80% fat. The purpose is to keep your body from using carbohydrates as energy, which is your body's first source it goes to for energy, and instead change fat into ketones and use ketones for energy. So you're burning more fat. There's various studies that have shown health benefits of it. The diet was actually developed to help kids with epilepsy. So kids with epilepsy may be put on it. There has been some studies showing that it may help cancer. They're still looking at that. Like, there's still trials going on of that. There's some that show it might help brain function, because the brain does better when ketones are used for energy than carbohydrates. But carbohydrates is like the first thing your body will go to use. So the only way to make it use something different is to not give it carbohydrates. So that's why it's such a low ratio of carbohydrates. Now, I've been wanting to cut sugar out of my diet for a while anyway, and sugar is carbohydrates. Not the only form of carbohydrates, but it is carbohydrates. So that appealed to me. I've talked to several chronic migraine people who say it have reduced their migraines to, almost nothing. I haven't heard anything like negative. I've done a lot of research. There are some people who say it's bad for you. But from what I've seen, most of those people are confusing it. So doing the ketogenic diet, where your body is changing your fats into ketones and then using the ketones, that's called ketosis. The state your body is in when it's using ketones for energy is ketosis. Okay? There is another condition of the body called ketoacidosis. Okay, that's bad. That's too much acid, among other things. And there are people who get ketosis and ketoacidosis mixed up. I actually watched a video 2 days ago of a doctor. This person said they were a doctor and said that ketosis and ketoacidosis are the same thing. They are not. Ketoacidosis is a complication that can happen with type 1 diabetes. And it is dangerous. And if it happens, it's bad, and it happens like quickly. Ketosis is you don't need to be treated for it. It's fine. Your body's fine when you're in ketosis. Basically, it has to do with the amount of ketones in your body. Under ketoacidosis, there's a lot of ketones in your body. Um, under ketosis, there's more like a moderate amount. And from what I understand, ketoacidosis is really not an issue unless you're a type 1 diabetic. Like, it's not a thing you're going to get to by doing the ketogenic diet. So, I'm going to try this and see how my body does on it. Every single body is different. This is a high-fat, low-carb diet. Some people do well on that. Some people do better on low-fat, high-carb diets or high-protein. Everybody's different. So I'm going to see how my body does on this. So I started it today. I showed you my breakfast already, which was 2 scrambled eggs and 4 slices of bacon. I also had what's called bulletproof coffee. It's basically coffee with butter and coconut oil in it in different ratios, depending on what recipe you're looking at. But it's another way to get more fat in, basically. I use decaf coffee because caffeine can mess with my migraines. Can make them better. It does things, and I don't want my body relying on caffeine. So I try to limit my intake of caffeine already, except for Excedrin, because I use that for my migraines, and it has caffeine in it. What are you doing, Ashley? What are you doing? She's just walking around. Ashley! Alright. Anyway, so that's why I'm trying the ketogenic diet. I bought some stuff for the first week that would be like simple stuff, like I got some rotisserie chicken, and I got some ground turkey, and I got some salad stuff. I got some guacamole. Avocado is really good, and I'll probably get some next week. But I order my food, my groceries online, and it's delivered to me. For one thing, my husband and I don't have a car anymore, if you remember that. And I don't know if I trust people to pick out my produce. I don't know. Anyway, I have things to help add fat. I have plenty of protein. The protein's only supposed to be like moderate. Like, it's not supposed to be high in protein. But what are you looking at, Ashley? He's looking at the ceiling. There's nothing there. Anyway, so I'm starting out my adventure on it. We'll see how it affects my body, my migraines, everything, my weight. The weight's a hard thing for me because the weight gain that I've had over the last 10 years has been from stress. And reducing stress doesn't just make it go away. Exercising regularly is very difficult for me with the migraines because exercise can trigger a migraine. I don't own any exercise equipment, so generally exercise is like yoga or going and taking a walk. But then if it's hot outside and the sun's out, like, it just makes it more difficult. And once it gets dark, I don't like walking by myself. I'd rather have my husband there, but then there's quite a few times that he closes where he works till like 10 or 11 o'clock at night, so anyway, it's hard to do regular exercise, like on a regular, consistent basis, to help with the weight at all. So I'm hoping this diet will help, and help me just like feel better overall, which will then make it easier to, hang on, I'm trying to, that arm's getting tired, but I don't want to block the camera. So, what was I saying? Oh, as she's sleeping. So cute. So cute. Anyway, I'm hoping the ketogenic diet will make me feel better in at least some of the ways. And if it does, then that will help me be able to do even more like healthier things like exercise regularly. So it might work for me, it might not. I don't know. Try it out and see. Sorry. I had to cough. Oh look, my hair's down. Just starting out though, there is a possibility of like not feeling good for the first week or two. It's commonly called the keto flu, and it's basically because of the way your body's adapting to the change of having like no carbohydrates just about, and you know, adapting. It can cause some symptoms like fatigue, headaches. I'm like, I already got migraines, so bring it. I already have fatigue every day, so bring it. Anyway. So that's what I'm doing. We'll see how it goes for me. I'll have lunch later. I'll probably show you what that is. One thing that's going to be a little difficult for me is on the keto diet, people generally eat fattier meats. So like if they get ground beef, they'll get like the 80-20, where it's 20% fat. No, that's gross to me. And I eat ground turkey instead of ground beef anyway, but the ground turkey's like 93.7, so it's only like 7% fat, so I'm not gonna get near as much fat from my protein sources. So I have to look for fat from other sources, basically. So, I'll make it work though. Alright, I'm really tired for some reason. So, I'm gonna go now. Thanks for listening. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you later. Bye. Here is my lunch. It does not look pretty at this point. But it is a spring mix salad, some rotisserie chicken, shredded cheddar cheese, guacamole, and ranch. So yeah, it's I'm like, all my ratios are only like 1% off right now, so I'm doing pretty good. I will try to remember to show you dinner. Alright, that's it. Bye. Alright, dinner's looking a little crazy because I don't do all the like high fat meats other than bacon. Like this rotisserie chicken is the breast meat, so it's very lean. Because I don't like high fat meats. I don't like them. So I had to find a way to add other fats. Instead of just having like meat and broccoli, I added bacon and added butter to the broccoli so that I hit the amount of fat I needed. So that's dinner: chicken, bacon, and broccoli. That's it for my first day. I have survived. I have been a little nauseous after every meal, and that is a thing that can happen. My theory for myself is that it's because my body's not used to taking in this much fat, so it's trying to get used to it. So we will see how the next few days go and how this works with my body once I get more used to it. Alright, I will talk to you in the next video. Do you want to say hi, Lestat? He's like right here. He's all up interested in my food. You want to say hi? Okay, he's leaving now. Alright, I'll see you next time. Bye.